Well, let me put it this way. The United States provided Israel with intelligence about the location of Ali Khamenei and other senior Iranian figures. And the first six missiles fired by Israel, the first six missiles hit Ali Khamenei's residence, killing him and, by some accounts, up to 40 other Iranians, many of whom were senior leadership officials. Now, the goal of this campaign is a regime change. And as we have discussed, and I believe I'm on record with you saying that the first thing that will be done is a decapitation strike, and that the number one target would be Ali Khamenei. And I said, I think we're going to kill him. And we did. Now, does this mean we won the war? No, it means the exact opposite. The first six missiles that were fired, which successfully carried out a decapitation strike, guaranteed that the United States and Israel will lose this war. They didn't hunt down Ali Khamenei as he was trying to hide from American missiles. You don't get to make the case that this was a coward running away, trying to hide from a fate that was going to be dealt to the Iranian people. You don't have to be the greatest intelligence analyst in the world to find Ali Khamenei at home, publicly available information, meeting openly with other people. We made this man a martyr. And when I say this man, understand that this is the second most revered figure in Shia Islam, the Twelver ideology. The only person that has a higher stature, at least in the eyes of some, would be Sistani, the Grand Ayatollah out of Najaf, Iraq. But Ali Khamenei, again, a lot of people don't understand when we say Vilayati Faqih. I may be mispronouncing that. I hope I said it right. I've practiced it. But the guardianship of the supreme jurist, it's a religious approach that was embraced widely by Ayatollah Khomeini when he created the Islamic Republic. But the notion that, yes, Iran is a constitutional republic, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but it's also an Islamic republic. And therefore, under the Twelver faith, and I don't want to get too much into theology because A, I might get it wrong because I'm not a theologist, and I don't want, and B, we're going down the wrong path. But, the Shia faith is premised on the notion that when Hussein died in the Battle of Karbala, that was the last legitimate imam. And now they are waiting for the return of the Mahdi. And it was a Jesus-like figure. The imam in hiding will come back, and all this. It's their faith, and you have to respect that. But the point is, so in the interim,
Scott, and that they say that he's gonna come with Jesus, and they're gonna come together.
Yes, I know that. I'm not mocking anything. It plays me. When I laugh, I'm not laughing at the religion. I'm laughing at my own fundamental ignorance. I've studied this stuff. I really have. I've read everything I can read, but I am so tired right now that when we deal with reality, and especially when we deal with historical reality, there are nuances. I learned a long time ago, even when speaking about the Shia faith, the interpretation of what Hussein did at the Battle of Karbala, was it an act of martyrdom? Was it an act of selfishness? It's been interpreted over the years by different people. So then what you have to do is dig even deeper into it to find out which interpretation adheres more closely to reality, as opposed to, people trying to spin data to, so you have to dig even deeper than that. And so I have spent a large part of my life trying to solve these problems, these and similar problems. And so when I laugh, it's just a reflection of the fact that I'm exhausted and I'm trying to dig deep into an already addled brain and pull data up, and my brain's just in there going, meh, meh, meh. You're not going to access this. So I laugh out of frustration to myself because, as I said, I didn't want to enter into this dialogue because I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't prepared to go this deep. Normally, I would have done the research and awoken brain cells. But the point is, in Iran, when we deal with Vilayat Faqih, we've created the Shia of Iran have created a position of the guardianship of the supreme jurisprudence, Islamic jurisprudence, and this is a man who is the ultimate expression of the Shia faithful until the Mahdi returns. I mean, that's what they believe. You can mock it, do whatever. I will never mock it. I'm just saying that's what they believe, and you have to understand that. And many people do believe it. The 12er, adherence to the 12er, faction or whatever. I use wrong words here because I'm not trying to denigrate, but those because there's Ismailism, there's Niners, there's different ways to embrace the Shia faith, and 12er is the most popular, and it's dominant in Iran, it's dominant in Iraq, it's dominant in Azerbaijan. I think it's about a 50% adherence rate in Bahrain and elsewhere throughout. So when we speak of Ali Khamenei as the supreme jurisprudent, we're speaking of a man who is revered like the Pope amongst Catholics. This is not a human being. This is a symbol of God. This is part of their faith. And we assassinated him. We killed him. Now, if I were to put on my CIA advisor hat, I wouldn't work for them, but I've worked with them in the past. I know how they think. I understand how they approach problems. And if I were called upon to advise them, and I believed in what they were trying to do, I would have said the best way to collapse the Iranian regime is to keep Ali Khamenei alive in a bunker hiding from you. And so now you attack his courage. You attack his status as a man. You say what kind of man hides while the people of Iran pay the price for his sins. And you start denigrating him, attacking him, putting out AI-generated imagery of him doing vile things in vile ways. And the goal here is to collapse confidence within Iran to this man, and therefore to Vilayat Faqih, to the Islamic Republic. What you don't do is take a man who has openly said, I am frail, my body is failing, and my highest aspiration is to go out a martyr and give him the martyrdom he seeks. Ali Khamenei knew he was going to die when he held that meeting. Whether it was that day or the next day, he knew he was going to die. He willingly sacrificed himself because he knew what the outcome would be. He knew that by letting Israel and the United States murder him, that the Iranian people would rally around their faith like they have not rallied around their faith in a long time. Donald Trump, when announcing this operation, spoke of how the United States was going to create the conditions for the people of Iran to rise up and take matters into their own hands, but it would be up to the people of Iran. And so in order to do that, you have to collapse confidence in the government and have the people come out and say, we are ready to replace this government. Today in the cities of Iran, there are crowds of people out there filling the city squares, and they are shouting Khamenei's name, but they're not saying death to Khamenei. They're not saying down with Khamenei. They're saying long live the martyr Khamenei. God praise Khamenei. He is now a martyr, elevated to near sainthood status, and the Iranian people are rallying around him, and they're rallying around the cause of the Islamic Republic. We lost the war the moment we dropped those bombs or those missiles on Ali Khamenei's home. And that's what's happening right now. Everything else is just noise, because this is a regime change operation. And it was predicated on the notion that we would decapitate the regime physically. But we don't understand the true nature of this regime. It is an Islamic Republic. As we speak, constitutionally, the Islamic Republic, this constitutional republic, this product of one of the most meaningful democratic exercises or expressions in the Middle East. Iran is the most legitimate democracy in the Middle East, the most legitimate democracy in the Middle East. And they have a government that adheres to the Constitution. Ali Khamenei is dead. Constitutionally, the president, the head of the judiciary, and a Islamic jurist selected by the Assembly of Experts create an emergency council. And that council has been created and is governing today. We haven't decapitated anything. You can't decapitate a system that believes in itself. If this was truly about one man, Ali Khamenei, then it'd be over. But this is an Islamic republic that is based upon faith, and is based upon a constitution. And the constitution is functioning. And they have a replacement to fill the position of supreme jurisprudence until the assembly of experts selects another man. This is the way the system works. The Iranian system is working. So we've achieved nothing. We have decapitated nothing. We are focused on personalities while we disrespect the reality that the Islamic Republic is a system of faith, a system of laws founded in a constitution. Maybe we, the American people who live in what is ostensibly supposed to be a constitutional republic, we have lost faith with our constitution. We no longer function as a republic. Therefore, we're not in a position to recognize when a people who haven't lost faith with who they are and what they are adhere to their constitutional norms, values, and standards. And that's what the people of Iran are doing today. The streets are not filling with people seeking to be empowered by the vile perfidy of the United States and Israel. They're filled with people who are rallying around the cause of Iran, around the cause of the Islamic Republic, around their faith. And they will never be defeated.